Hello, this is Manesh Patel from the EII Capital Group. Today is November 4th, 2010. November 4th, 2010. This is the weekly Ichimoku analysis for the global markets, where we cover everything from the U.S. markets to Europe to Asia and so forth. Okay? Let's move across. Let's move forward with everything. This normal disclaimer. This is for educational use only. All charts are either in Thinkorswim, TradeStation, or FreeStockCharts.com. Okay. Here are our contact details. You can contact us here, or you can follow us on Twitter at Ichimoku Trading. Okay. So let's go look straight at the U.S. markets. And what we're going to do is, this is a NASDAQ futures. We've always been talking for the last couple of weeks where we're going long NASDAQ futures and short S&P type of stocks just as a hedge. If you look at the NASDAQ futures, if you look at the monthly time frame, you can look at the Ichimoku chart, you can see it's very ideal. And it looks like it's going all the way back to the highs from 2006 that it made, which was right around 2263. Okay, so we're not too far from there, believe it or not. So that's the monthly time frame. Here's the weekly time frame. You could see that we're retesting this little high here from 2007. We had a little blip there. We got to there. We came back. We pulled back. Tinkinson's now coming up the price, which is good because it was kind of far away from it for a while. Chicago still is very strong. This market still looks like it has some potential to keep on going up. It doesn't really show any signs right now on a weekly time frame of slowing down at all. So we just got to wait and see what happens. If you're in trades, just tighten up your stops. But if you're not in a bullish trade right now, do not look for any long-term positions going long right now unless you get a pullback. Here's your daily time frame. You can see that we really haven't penetrated the Tinkinson except for this period here, which is October 4th, and now we're here. None during this duration have we ever touched the Kijun-sen at all. So we've never had even a medium or a major pullback yet on any of the indexes at all, based on the daily time frame. Okay, so we're kind of looking for a price to kind of come all the way back to the Kijun-sen and then see what happens on the NASDAQ. Okay, so let's go look at the Dow futures. Remember, all the global markets like FTSE, DAX, and all that resembling very, very close to the Dow futures. So if you look at the Dow futures, unlike the NASDAQ, it has hit the Kijun-sen, and if you look, it's kind of balancing it out right here. Chicago here, if it consolidates, it goes any little lower, it looks like we're going to enter a major pullback on the Dow futures. So we're kind of waiting for that to happen. Ideally, you kind of want it to pull back all the way to the top of the cloud and then bounce off that and then go retest the highs. Let's go look at the weekly. Same scenario. If you look at it, it broke for this resistance level here. It came back, and now that resistance level is a support level. But the Chicago on the weekly is very, very strong going forward. So this looks like this has a potential of breaking to the top side. So it looks like probably towards the end of the going into 2011, looks like we're going to still remain in a bullish state. However, we're desperately in need of a pullback. Okay, ES futures, you could see that we did break through 2 weeks ago the resistance level finally, but if you look at it, we came back and now we went a little low, closed lower last week, and now it's time to see exactly what's going to happen. So again, we turned that resistance into support, and we're looking forward to seeing exactly what's going to happen here. Of all the markets, the NASDAQ definitely looks a lot stronger than any of them out there. Okay, and if you look here at the ES, you can see that the ES now is not the weakest. The Dow is, because the Dow actually got to the Kijun-sen, whereas the other two haven't. Okay, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens, but we're kind of looking for a level to break above the Tinkinson now for this trend to continue if it's not going to pull back majorly. So we're kind of on hold, a wait and see approach to see exactly what's going to happen. Let's go straight to the global markets. We're going to go straight to our web. And right here, okay, and I'm going to just shrink this chart down a little here. We're going to look at global markets here. This is the Indian market. Remember, we advised shifting out of the Indian market, go to the Hong Kong. Reason why is just like the Dow, it's right here at the top. Kind of got to the top, bounced off that, and you know, it's just holding its ground, still strong, but still it needed a pullback. We're waiting for a pullback all the way to the Cajuns in, if possible, in order to re-enter this. That's the Indian market. Here's the Hong Kong market. If you look at the Hong Kong market, we expected it to kind of get to this level here. Hasn't quite got there yet. Sorry about that. Hasn't quite got there yet, but we're still waiting for it to kind of get to that level and then move forward from there. But you could see that this has a potential more of an upside than the Indian market. Reason why is this still has some more upside compared to the Indian market. Indian market already got to the resistance level and bounced off that. FTSE, you look at it, it looks just like the Dow. Broke the resistance level here and looks like it's turning into support. Only time will tell exactly what's going to happen there. DAX, same scenario. DAX looks very similar to the Hong Kong market, if you notice that. So this is a lot stronger than the London market right now, and it seems like it's the strongest out in Europe. And if you look at it, it looks like it's trying to get to this level here, which is 72.49. So still got some ways to go. There's some minor levels along the way, of course. The next level here is 68.94, but the German market definitely looks very, very strong. Let's go to the Sydney market. If you go to the Sydney market, let's zoom in some. Whoa, what happened there? Let's go to weekly. If you go to the weekly time frame, you could see right now the Kijun-sen is in the cloud. That's not good at all. However, look at this. Finally, the bearish Kumo cloud is now going to turn bullish. So that's a very good sign right there. Okay. So only time will tell what's going to happen with this. I'm sorry. That's a bullish cloud, not a bearish cloud. So sorry, that is a bearish cloud. So we're just having trouble with the charts. Let's zoom in some and go this way. There we go. So you could see it, barely could see it right there, but you could see it, but it has turned bullish here. That's a good sign. So a little pullback here, and you probably to this level here if it can. If you get to the last level of 46.28, the Australian market looks like it can sit there and go a lot higher now. That's the Sydney market right there. And if you look at the Nikkei, look at the Nikkei. It finally sat there and it's still consolidating. There's nothing really there in the Nikkei market. And if you look at the Paris market, as you can see, it's weaker than the London market too. It almost looks like the Australian market. So a little pullback here, and then it has a potential to keep on going up. Okay, so that's it for this week for the global markets. If you have any questions, please let us know. Have a good week trading.